We are now 5 wide. Presented by Quick Trip's quality gasoline guarantee. It's just another way Quick Trip has you covered.
Oh, let's go 5 wide over here. Brian Noe in for Zabe, Josh Albrecht here, John Kuhn, Red Hot Tim Scott.
Oh, you forgot my name. I could tell. Really close to not remembering my name.
And
Are you serious? I'd never forget your name. You kidding
That was
me?
And
close.
you
That was
are- I know
close.
who you are. I know.
He was like, myself, Josh Albrecht. That's easy. I see Boss Man. Oh, yeah, it's good. Yeah. Hey, good morning. Good morning.
How you doing, man? Everything good?
Man, we're great. Can't complain. I got Red Hot Tim Scott about to bust the door downs with hot takes today, so it's gonna be awesome.
That's me, baby. Hot take, Tim.
You know, how does it work, though? When
Can we
he's-
get his mic turned up, or can you get a 5-hour energy Red Hot? I mean, just the energy. Yeah, that's me, Red Hot Tim Scott.
Yeah.
What are you drinking? What is that?
So isn't that called like a kicks?
It's
Start?
called a Kickstart.
Yeah.
Kickstart. Yeah. It's my third one, Kuhn. I'm ready. Let's go, baby.
That's your
Third one,
third
Tim?
kickstart today.
I'm kidding.
Oh man.
Oh, you just pulled a Brian No.
He did.
That's my third
He
kickstart.
did.
No, I'm just lying to you.
yeah, so he's a liar.
the
Tim's
brand.
got a bold-faced liar over there.
True or am I lying? That's
Yeah,
what
yeah.
it is.
Yeah, no joking around here.
Can we
All
turn
done.
his damn mic up? He sounds like
I've
he's
got
in
him
a
up.
fishbowl.
I've got him up.
He's in a fishbowl.
Hang on. I'm in a remote studio in Madison today.
He's
Hang-
working on it. He's working.
He's
on
gonna
it.
work on.
He's
All right.
gonna work on it. All right. We lost
Rocking
Tim
the
Scott. All right. What do you
AC/DC
want to say
shirt.
about him? What do you guys?
All
wanna
right,
say
now's the
about
time.
himself?
All right, what do you
All
guys
right,
say?
good.
Yeah.
You know
His
not
headphones.
terrible.
His headphones work.
Brian, no, that's not actually his real name. Did you know that? Tim Scott.
What, Tim Scott is
He's
not?
back.
What
He's
is
back.
it?
He's back. He's back. He's back. He's back.
John
Okay.
McGillicuddy.
Okay.
All right, here we go.
Yeah, much better. Much better.
Yes. Yes.
By the
Do it
way, Tim
yourself.
Scott, you're rocking the AC/DC shirt today.
Oh, of course he is.
All day, every day.
What
This
would
is,
be?
That's
This
his
is
whole.
concert T-shirt today, Brian.
What's at the top of the AC/DC hit chart for you?
Whole lot of Rosie
Yeah, that's number one
Yeah.
in your book.
for me. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, totally fine.
Yep. Yeah.
You Kuhn, you an AC/DC guy?
I mean, yes, for certain things, right? I don't need it every day in my life like Red Hot does. It's not something where I'm cruising down the road and that's the first song I turn on. But if you're in a locker room getting ready for a football game,
Mm-hmm.
there are several songs that you can throw on there. Thunderstruck being absolutely one of them.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
What is your normal go-to listening pleasure? Not getting ready to go crackheads on a football field. What do you typically listen to?
Man, I listen to everything. I've said this. I tried to get into it the other day, and then we got off on a tangent, man. Country's big here in Wisconsin, and I got big into country when I came here. So I enjoy country music if I'm just chilling. If I'm just chilling. If I want to get excited, if I want to get amped up, if I want to turn the energy up, then give me some of that good hip hop, like 90s, early 2000s hip hop. Give me some of that. Give me some, hey, if you want to get fired up, you can rock some classic rock. I can do that as well.
Okay.
Absolutely. Red Hot. I know I give you beef all the time for AC/DC, but you throw some good classic rock in there, Kansas, Boston, Journey. Yeah, that's some good fun stuff as well with AC/DC. And then there's a couple Metallica songs there. You're talking about getting gassed up for a football game.
Yeah,
Metallica's right up in there.
Okay.
Yeah. Wow. That's
good.
almost exactly the same as what Brian listens to. Yeah.
Somehow I just had a visual of Kuhn rocking to "Carry On My Wayward Son" by Kansas.
Yeah.
I know it didn't
yeah,
seem
yeah.
right in
I'm
my
gonna tell
head
you,
either.
I'm gonna tell you right now,
does.
in college, that was like, and isn't that a college thing to do though? 2000 to 2004, when I was in college, when we'd play our games and then we'd try and hurry up and make it up to Penn State to catch a night game up there at Happy Valley. Oh yeah, Carry On My Wayward Son. Any one of those older bands, I would steal the CDs out of my stepfather's disc changer and just grab a bunch of those, and we'd go road tripping up to Penn State. That was a big thing in college, playing some older songs.
How about
See,
Don't
Brian,
Stop Believing? When did that become a
Yeah.
college anthem? Because I feel like it's been
Yeah.
a good 25 years or so as a college anthem.
the karaoke song of all songs. Don't stop
Mhm.
believing.
Yeah, there you go.
Bar
Somehow,
favorite.
Kuhn, I could see you rocking to Molly Hatchet's "Flirting with Disaster." That's, to me, that's what I would think with you on that trip to Penn State.
what's the I'm a cowboy
On the steel horse of
horse,
Bon
I
Jovi.
Bon Jovi.
Right.
Yeah.
That was
Bon
a big
Jovi.
one too.
One is
that
dead
was
or
a
alive.
big one
I
back in
love
the day
it.
too. I
Great
love
song.
that. We
Great
love
song.
that.
It's an awesome song.
Oh, that's
Richie
awesome.
Sambora.
Keep in mind, a lot of these songs. The reason I don't know the name is because they're listened to under a certain type of influence, right? I mean, you're not just turning these on dead sober now.
Yes. What was
No.
what movie? What movie was that song from?
Well,
'Cause that's where the movie came
well,
from. It was a
Blaze
movie.
of Glory. He had a song on Blaze of Glory,
Okay.
but it's different. Like shot down in a blaze of glory. That's a Bon Jovi song.
Yeah,
also,
that's not.
All right.
that might be what you're thinking. Or else
That's probably, yeah.
I don't know the other movie you're talking about.
I don't know.
But it would be a great song for a soundtrack of a movie right there. No doubt about that.
You guys
how-
were talking about names today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm listening to this as I drove in,
Uh-huh.
and I had to double check to make sure I was correct, and I am. If you're from Wisconsin, Kuhn, I don't know if you remember this or not. There is a woman, but who was born in 1972. She's from Beloit, and I kid you not, her real name is Marijuana Pepsi Jackson. Now,
Is
She
that her
is-
real name or her
Yes,
99% stage name?
no, it is not.
No.
Her real name now is Marijuana Pepsi Van Dyke because she's married. Kuhn, but really, she is now Dr. Marijuana Pepsi Van Dyke Jackson.
Incredible.
Graduated from Cardinal Stritch in 2019 with, get this, with a dissertation on uncommon black names in the classroom.
Oh wow.
So Pepsi's the middle name, or is
Marijuana
it? Or is,
Pepsi. Yes, that is. her
where's
name.
the hyphen? Is it marijuana hyphen Pepsi, or is it marijuana Pepsi hyphen Jackson?
I think it's the latter.
It's
Yeah.
the last name.
It's like
Yes,
Trace
yeah.
Jackson Davis
Uh-huh.
last night drafted. It's-
Pepsi Jackson.
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah.
Well,
Or,
and
or
get
Maurice
this,
Jones Drew, like
Right.
The
So-
latter hyphen.
she has two sisters, fellas. Do you want to guess what her sisters' names are? Josh, you know, so you can't.
Yeah,
play.
I can't guess.
I know also.
Okay.
Crack,
Okay.
Coke, Jackson.
No.
I said Meth Mountain Dew Jackson.
Yeah.
Is what I went.
No, her two sisters' names are Kimberly and Robin.
Of course.
That makes perfect sense.
Yeah, wait a
That
minute.
makes perfect
so,
sense.
So wait a minute. You named the first one Marijuana Pepsi Jackson, and then the next two, let's go with Kimberly and Robin.
You know what though? I bet Kimberly and Robin aren't doctors. They
I don't know.
They didn't have a hard name to overcome.
Yeah, I
Nope.
don't know, but you know what? Congratulations to Dr. Marijuana Pepsi now Van Dyke.
I love that.
Mhm.
By
No,
the
that's
way,
great.
this name cannot compete with what is it? Marijuana Pepsi Van
Yes.
Dyke.
Yeah.
The name
Yeah,
is
she-
Brandon Miller. Okay. He was the number 2 overall pick last night, going to the Charlotte Hornets. Now, there was a draft party. All these Hornets fans, they're getting ready for the second pick to be announced.
yes. Yes.
And listen to their reaction over here. Scoot. They wanted Scoot Henderson. But also, I don't know if it has anything to do with what he was talking about with Michael Jordan. But a few days ago, he was like, oh, yeah, Paul George is my GOAT.
yeah.
He
Yeah.
shot down Michael Jordan. It was funny because Michael Jordan had already come out publicly and said Brandon Miller was most likely going to be the pick. So that's a little funny. It's a little awkward all at the same
Mhm.
time. But this reminds me of when they used to have every NFL draft at Music City,
Yes.
hall in New
Oh,
York.
yes.
And
Oh.
Yeah.
the Jets fans would be there. And the Jets fans would be there big. There'd be every fan
Yes.
base from every team, but the Jets fans would be there big. And every single
man.
pick, they would get so excited and they put their heads down.
Yes.
Even in the 6th and 7th round. And I thought to myself, who the hell did you think you were getting in the 6th or 7th round to be this demoralized over a wide receiver from San Jose State? Like, what did you think you were going to get? What did you guys hope for?
I miss those times with the first rounders, like Kyle Brady the one year. They went freaking crazy. Sometimes they get it wrong. Remember when Porzingis was the 4th overall pick and they hated that?
Oh, yeah.
And he was a baller. He played multiple seasons very well for the Knicks. How would you feel about that, Kuhn? If you're drafted and the fan base is
Dude,
loudly
I was booed for
No!
13 years in the NFL. You don't get it. I mean, are you serious?
I'm saying draft night. Draft night, you're a prominent pick. You're a first rounder, you're a second rounder, and that fan base collectively gives a giant, at best, thumbs down or giant middle finger to the pick, and you're the pick. How do you
probably
react
feel
to
really
that?
good.
I honestly, most of these guys don't give a rip. You can't give a rip. You
Right.
got to go out there and prove them wrong. And you got to prove other people right. You're at some point in time as a professional athlete, you're proving somebody wrong or somebody right every single time. You are simultaneously doing that to one person's opinion about you and another person's opinion about you. It doesn't matter if you have success, you're proving some people right, you're proving some people wrong. If you fail, you're proving some people right, and you're proving some people wrong. You know that going into a career. You know that going into every single practice. You know that going into every single game. That's the serious side of it. But honestly, like when people used to boo when you were playing, when people used to boo when you'd walk out on the field, there was nothing sweeter. You had their undivided attention. You knew that, you know, if they were booing you, you were there to ruin their day. It would only make you more excited.
So here's the real question. Tim Scott gave me a chance to fill in this week. Did I prove him right or did I prove him wrong?
Well,
Boo!
it depends
No,
on-
boo!
Depends on what I mean. Are you trying to earn another gig? Are you trying to get some more reps?
No,
So
I'm
Kuhn
just
is-
I'm
Kuhn
simply
is
asking about the
often-
week.
Yeah, Kuhn is off in 2 weeks. You want to fill in?
I'm off for 2 weeks, and I'm pretty sure we're going to be looking for some help.
Well, okay, if I'm filling in for you, Kuhn, what do I need to do to channel your essence so I'm giving the listeners
Ooh.
something that they're used to hearing? What is it I got to do?
You just got to disagree with everything Butchie says. That's
Okay,
the
I
only
can
thing
do
you have
that.
to
It's a fair
And
start.
you know what? It probably won't
That's
be
the
hard
play.
because if Butchie's playing his role, he just disagrees with everything that you say naturally. You just come out and you say,
Mhm.
the water is blue. No, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not. By the way, we got to recap a poll because I want to get everybody's opinion on this one. This was a late kind of poll that got thrown in with like 20 minutes left in the show yesterday. So I told all the Nooners we would recap this poll today because we didn't have enough time to get to it.
All right.
And this was a very divided question.
Okay.
I initially started with, can beer get skunked? And it turned into that question could not be asked because beer can actually get skunked if it's too old, which we all acknowledge is absolutely true. Anything gets dank
Yeah.
being too old. But I changed it and I said, I think beer can get skunked when you buy a warm case of beer and it gets cold or it gets warm and it changes temperatures. Now I ask you guys,
Oh,
and I want to start with this before I get to the poll. Can beer get skunked by changing temperatures?
Yep.
I would vote absolutely yes.
Yeah. The skunked part is what's getting me, but there's no doubt in my mind that it's a liquid. You know, heating it and cooling it has to do something to the properties of the liquid.
Red hot?
Yeah, it can. We used to sneak beers when I was a kid, and we would, so we didn't get caught. We had the great idea of burying them.
Brilliant.
Is it a
And then-
long
Before
side?
or after you drank them, Tim? I mean, you got me really
No,
confused.
before.
Damn, I mean, you could have just
So-
got
so
rid of
then-
the
so-
evidence and buried it after you drank
So,
it. You
so
didn't
you
have to
do
bury
this
it
like
first.
you do this like on a Monday night, thinking you're real smart for the weekend. You come back, it's been sitting,
Oh,
and
man.
it was not good. No, it
Why the
wasn't.
hell would you bury it on a Monday night? Why wouldn't you
I
bury
was
it on a Thursday
12,
afternoon? or
Coon. I
something?
was 12. I didn't know what I was doing.
You were
The
planning
internet
ahead,
was-
yeah.
And you could have buried it in a cooler with ice, for goodness sakes. Like, what were you thinking?
I just
Where
love
were
that
you
his
when I was
thought
12, John Coon? I
Right.
would have loved to run with
It
you.
all makes sense now, doesn't
Yeah.
it?
Well, I'll be honest. So Grammy and my stepdad, they had themselves a kegerator in our house, which was
Oh.
the best
Yeah,
thing
we had
for me and
Brilliant.
all my friends. It was the most
Yeah.
incredible thing for me and all my friends because naturally on a Friday night or a Saturday night, it was let's grab the milk jugs and the iced tea jugs. Let's pour out whatever's in there. Let's rinse it out with some water and let's fill these babies up and let's go take a walk. And that's what we did. So we had easy access. And there was no proof anything had ever gone down, because how do you look inside a keg? All of a sudden, the keg gets tapped. It's like, man, that was quick this time. It only took a couple weeks to kick a keg. What's going on around here?
Yeah.
No idea. No idea. But hey, let's get back to this poll. Does beer get skunked by getting warm? Now, we had 100 people try and tell us yesterday, which we got a lot of people in big beer. We got a lot of people,
Yeah.
a lot of nooners, a lot of listeners
It's Wisconsin.
in big beer
I mean,
that know everything there is to know about beer. Told us that's, been proven wrong on Mythbusters and this, that, and the other thing, and blah, blah, blah. But this poll has 900 votes on it. Does beer get skunked by getting warm? 69% of 900 votes say yes. And I agree with them.
well, so a lot of people now are texting in and saying it's the sunlight, and that's why beers are in brown bottles to reflect the sunlight.
Can it be both? Can it get skunked by multiple things? Like my
but
question was
how
simply,
often is it warm without light? So it's, I feel like the majority, if it's getting hot, the two work hand in hand.
no, it could be sitting in the trunk of a car,
That's
not
true.
getting any light.
That's true.
Could be still inside the box, not even exposed to light.
But the true question is, do you power through? If it's
Hell yeah.
Yeah, of
You don't
course.
throw away beer.
No, it means you drink it
Don't
faster.
throw- This all stemmed
your
off of-
rep would take so many hits if you saw. Oh, no, I don't. I throw it out, pitch it. Can't touch that.
Yeah.
That-
Well, if you have beer that's like 5 or 6 years old, like it's really old, then you use it to boil brats. It still has a use. You still don't throw it away.
Tim,
Fair
do you
enough.
throw out skunky kickstart, or you just power through that?
It's powered
I
through.
just powered through it.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
got
I
it.
think
powered
that's
through
where
it, yeah.
Tim was. He was going to get another one. Needed his fourth.
But this all stemmed, fellas, from an ad from Miller Lite. They came out with beer ice cubes, an ice cube tray
Uh-huh.
that you don't pour water in. You pour Miller Lite in and
Okay.
freeze them into these tiny little iced cans that are just the perfect size to fit inside the mouth of a beer can.
That's brilliant.
Now, you think it's brilliant?
Why not? It's marketing. It's brilliant.
Why the
we used to
hell
do
is
those
your
with like
beer warm?
popsicles.
Why? Yeah, I mean, if you're using if you want a beer ice cube to throw in your mouth as a little snack, just a little taster or something for fun,
Look.
as a trinket, that's fine. Tell me why there is a purpose for beer ice cubes.
My mother always puts ice cubes in her beer cone,
There
so
are-
maybe
there-
Mom would be happy.
There are some women that do that, and to
Yeah.
those,
Yeah.
kudos.
Yeah.
I'm talking you, Red Hot Tim Scott. When would you ever put an ice cube in a beer?
I wouldn't. That's sacrilege. I wouldn't
So
do
why
it
is
from
why is it?
because it's a marketing thing. From a marketing standpoint, I think it's
Well,
brilliant.
but also they're telling you you're not freezing the water, right? It's not water because they're not saying like this way it'd be cold but not watered down because you're freezing, right? Is that not the argument they're making
Well, but
here?
don't they do that with wine, where you freeze wine? I mean, I think my
Or
wife
grapes?
does it.
Aren't you supposed to use grapes or something?
Well, wine, and then they'll save it and they'll throw it into cooking when you're cooking later. You throw in one of those ice cubes because it's wine from whenever you didn't finish the bottle that night. You've never done that?
I don't know if I ever had a bottle left over.
Right.
It just gets recorked and finished the next night. You can't waste this stuff now.
Okay, got it.
How many
got it,
people
got it.
open a bottle of wine and drink one glass?
Oh, I'm sure. No, well, if I drink wine, I drink like wine that tastes like juice, and then like the whole thing's gonna be gone in a minute. Just
I'm
drink it like
surprised
apple
you.
juice.
I'm surprised you ever really drank wine. All I ever see Josh with is a sugary concoction, a frozen drink that has
Oh,
800 grams of sugar
That
in it.
helps
or
him hang
Pabst.
on, yes.
Yep.
Or Paps.
That or Pabst.
Two Paps. Two
You're right. You're right. But
What's your
sometimes,
what's your-
I need to go
on-
somewhere that's got wine.
On the way out, your last image of Brian Noe is going to be his drink of choice.
oh man.
Knowing that this man has never eaten chili until yesterday, knowing that this man has never eaten beef jerky, knowing that this man regularly fibs live on air just to get a
one.
reaction.
It was
out of
one. It
people.
was one joke.
No, multiple. Come
One
on.
joke.
What is your lasting? Oh, knowing that this man wants to relegate fans that don't cheer loud enough.
We need good
All these-
atmospheres here.
all these incredible takes out of this man. You got one lasting image to leave everybody with. What is yours?
I'm a non-drinker.
I knew that if I had a guess, it was going to be a bottle of water.
It'd be a Dew.
You're lying again.
I'm not lying. Yeah. No, I've never drank.
Now it all makes sense. It all makes sense.
No,
Fantastic.
no, my dad, he was sober for over 15 years, but he struggled bad when I was growing up, bad. And I was like, I think I would struggle the same way. I just never started.
That's a good way to make sure you don't.
Good for you.
Good for you. Good for you, man.
All right. Well,
Abstinence. When's the first time you had sex?
cheers, boys. Look at the time.
Man, it is. Goodness, what is it? 9:22?
Yeah, this man's got a haircut to get to.
So he had chili. He's gonna have a beer for the first time, and that's not good.
Yeah, I got to drive 3.5 hours to go home to South Bend. I got a haircut appointment at 2 p.m. Eastern time.
You have to drive 3.5 hours to get a haircut?
Yeah.
Well, I'm just going home for the weekend. It's my dad's birthday, my sister's birthday,
What are you doing with the
Father's
cats?
Day. What's that?
I asked the
what
same
about
thing.
the
Cats,
What with the cats?
self-sufficient. You know, leave them water. They'll be good.
Don't need him.
I think you should take at least one.
I think
Yeah.
we should leave the door
Show up with
open when he
cats at
leaves.
your dad's house. Wait,
Speaking from
I'm watching these
experience,
things.
Josh,
Yes, it can work. Just leave that door open. Oh, shoot. I thought we closed that all the way.
Yeah. All right, fellas. I hope you have a good show and a great weekend, man.
Thanks,
too.
Brian. It's been fun.
Thank you,
Have a nice
Brian.
haircut.
Thank you. I'll let you know if it's a disaster. All right. 9 to noon coming up. Keep it locked right here on the game.